And we're live, I think. Let me double check. I gotta pull up this other tab, but that was a heck of a... You caught the earlier live, man. I was out in the pasture chasing some cows. Luckily, she went in pretty easy. That was good. I gotta go back out there later. Yeah, I witnessed you first. What's up, man? Good. I'm glad it's live. It's going. That was always wild. We're back, yeah, on the first. Oh... Man, I tell you. Whew. All right, let's see. I might bring my chair up. Oh, I like to be higher up when I'm doing these office hours, so maybe a little lower. Right there, perfect. Yeah, good. Okay. 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 Let me double check that this thing's going. We're all good. I think we're all good, right? But, we can't start without not doing higher wisdom. So yeah, happy Sunday, y'all. Oh, it ain't all pleasure in paradise, let me tell you. Getting out there. Hello from Germany. What's up, man? Good to see you all. Let's go into this and do that. Okay, so today, how apropos. It says difficulty at the beginning. If we persevere, a great success is at hand. I guess I persevered. Come back in. Made it here. Okay. Literally, the translation of chun is a blade of grass pushing against an obstacle as it sprouts out of the earth. Receiving this hexagram is a sign that beyond the difficulties and pressures that surround you, a success lies in waiting. In order to bring it fully into the light, you must be patient and persevere in non-action. No matter how fervently one desires to resolve a situation, to intervene impatiently now will only hinder the progress of good fortune. Accept and bear with the discomfort of chaos without attempting to push it away. Allowing it to clear of its own accord in its own time is the only way of ensuring a subsequent blossoming of success. Hold to proper principles in your actions and seek to respect the counsel of the sage. Allow those whose hearts are true to assist you wherever possible. Be tolerant of all others. In this way, the blessing that now lies hidden will come into the open. Well, if that ain't true. I don't know if you just saw me herd that cow, but basically did it alone. And yesterday, my wife and I chased that cow for probably an hour. I'm trying to separate her from her son to wean her, and trying to get her across to another pasture over the valley with another herd of cows. Because my neighbor's dairy cow broke into my pasture this past week, and he's already the father of that bull that you saw that's her child. And then he's going to like impregnate my cow again, and it's a beef cow, and I'm trying to make it more Angus and my Wagyu with an Angus instead of a Holstein. But that bull is like freaking huge, and my neighbor doesn't manage his cows that well. He basically doesn't do anything other than leave them in a pasture and feed them alfalfa supplements each day. And they've eaten all the grass down to where there's no grass that they like in the pasture anymore because he doesn't do rotational grazing. And that's just the nature of leaving cows on a big field without moving them and denying them access to certain parts, is they will eat all their favorite grass first. And then there's no other favorite grass left. It's just the worst grass. So then the cow breaks out. My cow maybe is in heat or something. He breaks over the fence, breaks into my herd. I spent all day chasing him. I got cramped up. I got fatigued. In fact, and then after that, after chasing, trying to get her to go, I wasn't listening to the Ching. I wasn't listening to difficulty at the beginning. I was trying to force her, trying to push her, right? And it just went it was just, we got her so close to getting her in another pasture. So close to getting her in another pasture. Like literally like 20, 30 feet away from going in another pasture. And she just wouldn't go. I mean, she ended up coming back, and it's just like, after that much energy of getting her around and over there, and like, oh, and then she runs back, and it's just like back to square zero. Like 5-6 times we went back to zero, and it was just like heartbreaking. But trying to force her, trying to push her, instead of trying to be slow and steady, which is what you need to do with cows. You need to be slow and steady and move behind. Occasionally let out the little hip, hip, and occasionally make yourself big like this. Ooh, look at that sweat. It's hot. And I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt because my mom gave this to me. Check it out. Bozeman, Montana. That's where I went to school. Yeah, so I was trying to force her, and it was just, oh man. And then after that, after cramping up, after working all day, you know, pushing her for an hour and a half, 2 hours in the hot sun, like midday too. I don't know why I chose to do it midday, but then had to go fix the pole that my neighbor's cow snapped the day before. And it's like, oh my gosh, so I'm out there pouring concrete and like catch a mean cramp in my leg, almost took me out. Felt like I didn't fall on the ground. I actually had to jump up on the tractor and like try and stretch it out. And I found something interesting with cramps is like not breathing for some reason helps. Like my body naturally wants to just hold its breath when I get a cramp. I'd be like, I don't know if, yeah, I think there's something with CO2 exhalation, CO2 imbalance. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But anyway, thanks for witnessing me herding cows. You know, patience at work today. I don't know, maybe your guys' good vibes, but definitely difficulty at the beginning today. I still didn't drink any of that milk I was talking about, but I have it right here. Look at this. That's the benefit of having a cow, dairy cow. Plus, this milk just came from the fridge. Look at how much cream there is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like cream down to there. So I'm going to enjoy a little bit of milk. And cream. And thanks Bird. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the donation. Keeps the office hours going. Tell you what. You know, paying your favorite creators helps a lot. So, yeah. Thanks for being part of the solution, everybody here. And yeah, we're all doing it as a family. So I appreciate everybody here, everybody contributing in their ways and means. And let's start here with Fiesta Cranberry. Get into a few questions, and then I got a few sharebacks to get into. I gotta pull a few things up here in order to do that, but this will help. And then, okay, so here, question from Fiesta Cranberry. Help, I desperately need advice about my chicken pen. The poops are not disappearing. They dry out and turn into little gray rocks. Okay, so Fiesta Cranberry, I need a little bit more information. What is on your flooring? What kind of stuff do you have for the floor of your pen? Because it sounds to me like your chickens are unable to scratch and turn the floor if the poops are just sitting there. Now, if they're pooping on something they can't stir it into, like sometimes they crap on things, sure, the poop will stay there. Like I have bins inside my chicken pen, trash barrels basically, and they're maggot bins, and the chickens will sit on top there and crap, and those craps will just stay there. They don't smell. Because there's so much IMOs and the dust and the air blowing around, but they just stay there. But if they crap on the floor, they are constantly turning the floor. That's what chickens do. They peck and scratch and peck, and that's just their natural behavior, is just all day scratching. So it leads me to believe that your floor is not small enough material. You need to cut it about 3 inches or less. I often use grass clippings. Works really well for me. But if you're having something that they can't stir and have it at least about 3 to 6 inches deep and of depth, the crap will just sit there. And if you have longer pieces, then they'll just crap and they can't turn that and stir it. And so the crap will just sit there. So I don't know, without hearing back from you on this, because you did ask it about 5-10 minutes ago and I'm answering it only now, but But that's the that's at least that's what I'm gonna say is the answer for right now until you can tell me otherwise, because it sounds like they're crapping on things they can't turn it in to make the get it to go. Yeah. So yeah, I miss you too, Mark. All the students. I always think about all my students and everybody. Oh, there. Okay, we got an answer here. I used chopped hemp bast on the top of the earth. I added IMO, LAB, biochar. I rake it. When I rake it, I see lots of poop. So if the poop is underneath, then and it's not stinking, that means that it's being dried out and then transformed. So it's like protein type. It's actually like turns into like a food source and or like mummified poop, which you don't have to worry about. So I'm not sure if that's the case. Is it? I mean, is there a smell? Is it stinking? Are flies attracted to it? Because if it's smelly, smelly and stinky are the same thing. Or flies are attracted to it. I guess smelly and stinky aren't the same things. Smell would be strong smell. Stinky would be kind of gross, strong smell. And flies, that's a sign of E. coli, of pathogens growing. If you don't have any of those, that seems like it's those are good things. So, so we'll see on that. But let's see here. I'm just getting into my email over here because we got a few things. Okay. So yeah, so raking it. I don't know. Maybe make the layer thicker, about 3 to 6 inches. The hemp bast. Let me look up what hemp bast is real fast. Hemp. I gotta type bast. Oh, it looks like these fibers. So as long as the fibers are short enough, this looks like sometimes it's longer. You gotta cut them so that they are short enough. And it looks like the hemp bast is gonna last a long time. If it's chopped up, it should be okay. But what I slight odor right near the ground, and more lactobacillus would help. Use 2 inch of hemp. So no smell till yesterday when I noticed a very slight odor. So if it's getting moist, but just dilute lactobacillus 1 to 1,000 and just kind of give it a quick spray over the top, and it would eliminate it. Yeah. Yep. And then Tyler's saying the same thing. Yep. So just give it a quick little surface spray of lactobacillus, and that will get enough lacto in there, and they will go down and eliminate the odor. So I'm not exactly sure. Can you I don't know, take a picture of it and send it to me too. I might be able to like see from looking. You resprayed labs several times. Maybe it needs. Yeah. And so Cheryl's mentioning, hey, Cheryl, what's up, Cheryl? I was just thinking about you. She says it sounds dry, and hemp might dry it out more. Spray lab for moisture and smell. Yeah. So getting it moist enough in there, it could also be an issue. I don't run into that issue because where I am, it's so humid and so moist. I don't run into that issue. But if it's drier out there, you may run into that issue. That is actually a concern. Is that even my chicken pen may be slightly too dry. Send a pic to drake@pureknf.org. And then, yeah, I can just actually, if I get it right now, I can just put it up on the screen. But so I'm gonna jump from that over to this because Tyler sent me some photos, and it's just, they're pretty epic. And I think he's gonna let me share these. I don't know. I didn't ask him ahead of time, but I'm pretty sure he sent me because he wanted me to share them. But he's in the chat. Tyler Ljunghammer. I don't know how you say it. Ljunghammer. I just say Ljunghammer. I'm not sure if the J is silent. It's supposed to be kept pretty dry. Not wet, not soggy, but a little bit of moisture helps the microbes. I mean, it's drier than it. It is supposed to be dry, but little bit of moisture helps the microbes to populate more if they're not populating. So, I mean, you don't want to, like, if I do want a roof over it. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to go to this here. Oh yeah, I'm in studio mode, so it just does it immediately. That's pretty cool. Let me turn off studio mode so I don't do something wrong here. Okay, so here's Tyler's things. Ah, they're not going to be bigger than that? Come on. All right, well, we can look through them this way. I was hoping they were going to be bigger. Well, okay. Well, okay. So let's see his house here. Look at his nice garden. You got these things. This is Oklahoma, by the way. So for some reason, I think of Oklahoma as being pretty dry. But look at this. And, you know, one of the coolest things about Tyler is he is like he has a super green thumb. And look at this. He got bananas growing in Oklahoma. And I know, you know, and some corn, how traditional. Or not traditional, but, you know, whatever we do these days. Look at that, bananas. What else he got? There's a nice bug trap. But, and look at, what is this? He's doing some coffee and worms, I reckon. This must be a flow-through worm bin here. You can see the little fence under that. So I think these are stackable worm trays. And he works at a coffee shop, and he told me he's been putting the, oh, I know you guys need my cursor bigger. He told me he's been doing some interesting things at the coffee shop where they have this like future ag. I forget exactly what he called it. I could look it up. I mean, he did send it to me in the email. But he's selling his pointer control. No, display. There, hang on. One sec. I'm just making this thing big, which I don't. It's hard to have it big, but there, it's big now. You can see it. But he's doing some cool stuff with the coffee shop of using it as a distribution center for natural farming. So let me see. Let me just switch to this one too, because I don't know. Sometimes people like to see me. Let's do that right there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. And look at these are worm castings, or maybe it's coffee being turned into worm castings. I don't know. He might be able to tell us a little bit better, but I think those are worm castings. And this looks like an injection system, some sort of filtering injection system, so he can run water through his natural farming things. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's the different hoses going out. But it looks like he's sucking it out of this bucket with a Venturi right there, right? Doesn't that look like a Venturi sucking the solutions in? Yeah. So he's siphoning the liquid IMO. Thanks for commenting, because I'm just making assumptions here, but apparently Asumi was right. Oh, look at this. This is ginger. For anyone that doesn't know, man, ginger. That's so cool. Growing ginger in Oklahoma. Look at these nice chickens and that dog. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then mosquito net house, so you can hang out there, I guess. Hang in the garden. Look at that little shed. That's nice. Man, you're so handy. This is so cool. I love seeing other people's things. Like, look at that chill spot. And then you got this little archway. What is that, cucumber maybe? I don't know. Some sort of vine. Coming over. Then the ginger there. Oh, he's a hammock out here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then look at this chicken coop. So, and then he has the run underneath with all the leaves and stuff. That's nice. Get the chickens in there. Laying box kind of thing. There's some crap in there. He probably, that's why he's talking about spraying it with the LAB. Because this crap probably will stink. But I bet you the chickens go through this little curtain into their laying box on that side. Pretty smart. Awesome. Cool. Looks like it's made out of recycled pallets. Sweet. Nice chickens. Nice hardware cloth here. Oh yeah, no, and then he has a bigger, like, kind of more of the Korean thing. I'm not sure how all this is linked together, but look at that, man. Wow, this is cool. Chicken pen closed up. Keep them safe from the possums. And oh, is this a worm bin? Like a maggot bin type thing? I bet. And the maggots crawl out here and go into this bucket, and then he feeds it to his chickens. I'm just making assumptions of what he does. Yeah, there's the inside of the maggot bin. Yep, black soldier fly. So collecting the black soldier flies, they live in here, and then they crawl through this pipe out into that collection on that side, and then all this newspaper up here is for them to lay their eggs in. And when you have them lay their eggs, then the eggs hatch and fall down into this material. So this looks like a super good design, man. This is cool. That's really smart, the way you got this going. But I don't know how productive it is for you, but you know, where you get the egg laying place and then you got the whole thing, like that looks really cool. So the interesting thing about soldier flies is as soon as they're mature out of their maggot stage, they turn to flies. The only thing they do is lay eggs. They don't eat. They don't do anything. It's just to lay eggs. So if you give them a good place to lay eggs above, they'll do that and put it in there. Look at that chicken hanging out on this trellis. What are you trellising there? I don't know. Maybe just chickens. I'm trellising chickens, man. Look at that hammock. This looks like a great place to kick it, kind of in the shade, the afternoons out there. Man, Hannah's a lucky woman. Yeah, look at all this. Oh yeah, look at the fire pit with this thing. Man, I gotta come visit, man. Look at this, kicking it out there. This is amazing. And look at all this mycelium growing in his wood chips. There's a healthy ecosystem full of life. Wow. Oh yeah, look, and it's in the soil too. And look at the roots tapping into this. This is epic. Cool, man. Yeah. Oh, and he got some taro. No way, bro. I wonder how well that does for you. That's cool. And a pineapple. Oh, I didn't even see the pineapple. It's like blending in, and I'm colorblind. Oh my gosh, a fruiting pineapple. Wow, dude, look at the pineapple and the taro. This is like the tropical section of the garden. Actually, his whole garden's tropical. He's got bananas, ginger. I think Tyler loves Hawaii. I'm just gonna assume that, since I've been assuming a lot. Is that grapes? I don't know, but look at that nice trellis system coming over the corn here. Oh, it's a cucumber. It's a cucumber. Cool. Make some pickles or some, I don't know. You put it on your eyes and make sure you stay young. Oh, tomatoes. Look at these nice tomatoes coming in. Bagged them up so that, you know, just for him. That's what this bag says. It says, no bugs. These are mine. Stay away, bugs and birds. These are my tomatoes. Oh, look at this nice cucumber. Man, this is cool looking. What a great thing. Potatoes? Mm-hmm. Ain't no potato famine here. What is that? Some kind of squash looking thing. It might be a Japanese cucumber. That's looking cool on this fence here. Oh, a loofah. Don't eat that one. Just wash yourself with it. So he's growing his own sponges. That is epic. Yeah, loofah. One time I thought, man, look at this huge cucumber. And I brought it down, I cut it open, and it was a loofah. And I was like, oh. Oh, look at these greens and things. Oh, man. Nice garden, Tyler. You're doing amazing, man. This is cool. That's great to see. Look at that. More tomatoes. Or those grapes? Tomatoes? I don't know. Whatever. These bags say that they're for him and they're high value. Yeah. What is this? This is some sort of lavender. Oh, young loofah is edible. Not for me, man. I'd rather eat steak. No. I don't know what that is. Chicory dickory dock. And then this banana. What variety of banana? I don't know. I think, but chicory. Look at this. It's a pollinator. It's attracting all these bees and things. But this has got to be a rhubarb, something like that. And then I don't know. An artichoke? Is that an artichoke? Oh my gosh. And this chicken is like, I'm the king here. Tyler's like, no, I'm the king. Nice basil though. Look at this little pollinator. This is the thing, man. You do knf, and we talk about that 70% of the bugs dying off, but Tyler is bringing them back to life single-handedly. I mean, everyone else that's doing this too is doing it as well, but he's bringing the bugs back, man. Look at these peppers. Oh, those look tasty. Maybe they're spicy. I don't know. I just got a bunch of hot sauce for my birthday. Peppers. Oh, look at this frog on this plant that I can't say the name of. Dude, how healthy is that? The frog, this is Bob Marley's cousin right here. Frog Marley. Oh, look at these. Oh, that's catnip, right? I think. Oh yeah. And eyewitness over here making chili water from his own peppers, hot sauce. Um, Look at that dog, man. That dog is happy, but he can't come in the garden. No, dog, you must stay over there on that side. The chickens, nice, nice. Oh, what is that? Jerusalem artichoke or some sun choke? What is it? I don't know. That's beautiful though. I can tell you. Oh yeah, and then so he's making the catnip and he's selling the catnip at his coffee shop. That's he definitely I do remember that. It's right in Oklahoma City, right there. Um, and so if you want to get the kind catnip, the perfect herbs. Look at this cat. It looks like Catty Potter. I don't know, but he's chilling, man. Oh, the dog wants the chickens. Yeah, yeah. Keep that out there. So yeah, that's what he's doing, and he's selling natural farming stuff at his coffee shop and all that. And he shared that with me. So that's cool. Thanks, Tyler, man. That's awesome. I'm super impressed, and I love it when I get pictures shared back. And Tyler came about 2 years ago now to stay with us for his honeymoon, and he and his brand new wife had an amazing time. And it was so fun to get to meet other young natural farmers and to share this place and on the right good vibes and stuff. So thanks, man. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, when you guys are ready to come back, or maybe we'll have to visit you, I don't know. We'll see. And then I got another share here. I'm gonna transition this back over. This was from Goof, man. What's up, Goof? And he was showing me, because he showed me last year. I should juxtapose this last year thing. Oh, he did a little bit, but his comfrey in the front yard, kicking butt here. I love his peace sign here. He lets people know, hey, this is good vibes in this zone. And looking at his comfrey doing quite well. But the interesting thing is that, that for all this climate change and all this climate boiling, he's up in New York, and he said, on this day, the temp reached 73 Fahrenheit. August is normally high 90s, and it's been very cold and rainy this year. So with all the talk about the climate boiling and stuff, here's from New York. I'm not sure exactly where he is in New York, but there's this where he's saying his garden is barely even growing compared to the other year. And so this is where his tomatoes are this year, at like this stage where he planted these in May, and this is where it was last year at this same time. So look how much more tomatoes and things. So, the folks out there saying the climate's boiling and stuff, I don't know. There's always different things happening. And he said he did pretty good with the bush beans this year and a bit of garlic. And the strawberries and asparagus did pretty good. But the cold weather crops are struggling this year. Really small beets and turnips. And he said it's been hard to stay motivated in the garden this year with the bad weather. So I'm hoping, man, that you get good season, good things coming in. Yeah, and the tomato only 6 to 8 inches tall, and yeah, so man, I wish you the best. It's looking good. I mean, it looks peaceful to be out there, that's for sure. But turn some of that comfrey into more plant juice, man. Get it out there. Get the plant food. Because this is looking nice. This is really beautiful here. So anyway, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sending this, and we all go through our struggles, man. Difficulty at the beginning, right? But keep planting, keep pushing through, keep doing what you do, man. I know it's coming for you, man. It's gonna get good. So appreciate you sharing. I just, it's nice to share with everybody back. You've been such a huge contributor to this community. I was just talking with my dad last night, actually. We were talking about, KNF support and how it works. And I'm like talking about how the Goof man pretty much always beats me to answering the question, and better than I could. And just really appreciating you. So I just want to say thanks, man. I really, wish you the best for the garden too, man. It's, sometimes it's hard. So, yeah. And Big Wes is saying he has to rush out and cover his peppers from the rain. And, yeah, everyone, it looks like everyone here is doing a little bit harder on the, harder on everything. Big West is in Ontario and just rainy and not the typical thing. So I wish you guys the best. That's the Goof wisdom. Oh, milk mustache. Got fresh milk from your cow? This guy does. Yeah, me and my wife every day milking the cow. Although she's gonna give birth, so I gotta dry her off here in a little bit. I got like 10 more days of milk, 9 more days of milk before I gotta dry her off. And then I gotta start hustling over to my neighbor to get hemp from him, or not milk from him. I was just reading hemp on this screen, that's why I said that. But milk from him, and then also I just I may as well pop it up here. I got a quite lengthy message. I did read all this, but from Chris, and he is stoked on the things and into kind of this new Earth paradigm of where we're headed. But understanding that, like, he's tried a bunch of things, like the Eden wood chip thing on his garden. It turned out he thought it was misinformation. It took him a couple years to put more microbes down and to bring in biochar and the KNF, and now his it's bringing productivity back to the dead zone in the center of his garden. So but understanding he's talking about he's put in a shed to make more IMOs, and he had success here where he says, I've already developed a protocol using the garlic tincture at 1 to 1,000 to halt bean beetle in Blue Lake and wax beans. So, he was having a beetle eat his beans, but with just the 1 to 1,000 garlic tincture, so part of the knfMedicine, but just a bit of it, he's able to get rid of the, damage from these bean beetles. And he says it's normally very susceptible to being decimated. And he said the sulfur was not needed. Why bring in a sledgehammer to bear when less is more? And I think this is, he reiterates a few times that this less is more. And, I always say the less on is not to be a moron, right? And that was from Elaine, where she said, people always want to be morons. They want to put more on. But then I added, like, the less on is not to be a moron, and I'm not sure I invented that or whatever, but I just thought I kind of extended her little thing is, she always teases the morons, because you're always putting more on. People think it's going to get better if I just put more on it. And it's like, yeah, but you're becoming a moron, right? So anyway, he's saying less is more. There's not even been a beetle since he started putting this garlic tincture. He says the garlic has sulfur, and sulfur is kryptonite to beetles. So think about that. You don't need to go heavy sulfur. You can just go the sulfur from the garlic. Garlic also has a bunch of other good compounds in it, and it's natural, and you want to eat it. And plus, what do you want to put on your beans anyway? Butter and garlic, right? Am I right? Yeah. At least I am doing that. And yeah, so why not put garlic on it while they're growing and infuse them with garlic, right? So, and then he's also saying, he's been tuning into the office hours every week. So what's up, brethren, Chris, in the house? He says it's extremely helpful information, which you guys probably already know if you're tuned in here. He's thanking for my service to others. And then, path forward is natural farming. We're just doing natural farming things. And then his brethren is putting that into his podcast. And that, basically this message of, the new microbial world rising up, and, of getting into this. And, he's taking photos and observing his gardens, doing these things. So it'll be cool to see and share, and he's sharing that with his group of folks. And, just this hope for people that are on the right path of doing the right things to get into there and to do it. We're getting into it. So thanks, man. Thanks for this message. It's good. I'll check into some of the links you sent me and those things. I know you sent me another link on the other email here, so I'll check into that and see what's going on. But it's always good to see success, to hear that it's inspiration, to hear that it's sharing, to hear that you're able to like spread this within your community and bring this like more people in. Because we're just, takes all of us and people that are dedicated to the earth of, understanding how, as above, so below, how, God is in everything, and we all come into this together to like be, it's our kuleana, it's our purpose, right? And, so anyway, I appreciate this, appreciate these messages coming through, folks that share back, it's here. Okay, so we got a thing here. Ooh, okay. So, and then I got Fiesta Cranberry sent me this thing here. So let's just pull this up here, because this I would say that what you could do in here is to add a little bit of soil to the thing. I don't think the hemp herd and everything is breaking down fast enough. I think a little bit more moisture by spraying with LAB to get it going, but then to put a little bit of soil in here too would help, because one of the things that I'm noticing right here from this is that the hemp, I forget what you called it, the hemp bat. So I don't know, start with a B, hemp something. I could look back, but it's not close enough together. There's too much space between, so the microbes are in here and they're in there, and they can't get a homogeneous system going. They can't spread their mycelia. They can't get the fungal network going. So a little bit of soil into this mix here is going to help here to get this going. The material is too hard and not small enough. Like when I use the grass clippings press right against each other. This material is like leaving airspace between, and so a little bit of soil into this thing is going to work better, because you're looking at it here and you see how much airspace there is between all of it. And so this is good, the material like at this length, but it needs a little bit of soil in there. The soil will also help it hold more moisture into this. So that's my recommendation. That's why, seeing a picture, helps to diagnose this here. But yeah. So, get a couple, shovelfuls of soil. In fact, it depends how big your area is, but put enough soil, not like cover it with a layer of soil, but get the soil so that these particles are able to hold together and get more moisture. You see how big these are? And I see the turds, they're not breaking down. I mean, they look like they're starting to do the IMO, but if, you see how big this particle is and it's not against that one, this little bit of dirt into there, and it'll help to do it and hold it together. So thanks for this picture, because that's the chickens are doing their thing. It's dry in there, but they need that soil, and the soil will help the mycelia spread and do its thing. So this is really good that you sent me a picture and you're able to do it like right now, because now I can make this diagnosis. Because before I was talking like, saying the grass clippings aren't, but in this, as you add the soil, you can make the depth a little bit more. But chickens are looking healthy. They're looking good. I don't see anything on them where they're looking like they're adversely affected from this, but that's looking good. So the soil help the poop break down. You'll be in good business there. So yeah. Garden like a Viking. I'll have to check that out and see what he's all about. Should I turn it into the ground underneath? So it's dirt under there. If it's dirt under there, yeah. I mean, you just need a little loose dirt to mix with your material, so the chickens can scratch a little soil in with what they're doing. And when they scratch that around, it'll help the mycelia all propagate, hold more moisture in there. It'll help. I don't know if you want to turn it into the dirt below. It sounds like a lot of work. I don't know. I'm always for the minimum amount of work for the maximum amount of returns. My friend calls it holy farming, high output, low input. And it all he does mostly with the cows. Okay, and then so anyway, that's going. And then one last thing I wanted to do here for today. Let me go into the studio here. Is I wanted to pull up a comment. Excuse me, this is a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to let you guys know I do get comments from you guys, and I try my best to read and reply to them. So Big Wes, he's here today in the house, but he was talking about the three main stages of spiritual development, and these things. And I'm okay after the fire, by the way. The fire was not on Maui, or it was not on Big Island. It was on Maui, and bless their souls. I really, it's really. I think the world's going to change from this. It's a huge event, and oh man, more microbes, more things. So. So I do read through these. This is also a great comment. I didn't reply to this one 3 days ago, but talking about how the different elements affect plant growth and these things, and some folks to check out in New Zealand. But I did want to get down to this comment down here. This one right here. So Partita is on it when it comes to understanding the science behind this stuff. She really is. She's in Spain. This was 10 days ago, and I didn't reply to this, but this was off the video where I was talking about the banana bunchy top. And let me see if I can make it a bit bigger here. Why the heck is this doing that? I don't want demographics. Well, I'm going to tell them a certain race, they're going to treat me differently. Dang it. Okay, I got to make it a bit smaller. Okay. But anyway, I'm just going to read this because it says, good on you, Drake. Typically, these so-called non-curable diseases occur as a consequence of mineral electrolyte ratios in response to various vectors impacting local redox, which is the reduction of oxygen. Fluctuations may be self-imposed or may be environmental beyond the farmer's reach. And then this opens the door for omnipresent microbes that we have otherwise not noticed, or in fact may have been kept through diversity as a willing or zombified, subdued beneficial. Some microbes change behavior based on the numbers and types of other microbes around them. See, as in the case if high levels of endophytes versus fusarium and the availability of moisture, heat, oxygen, CO2, pH, and of course, EH, minerals, proteins, carbohydrates, and so on alter the local community. Some microbial communities change a little or entirely because we farmers interfere with systems and deliver substrates and food sources without understanding how these materials select or deselect in favor of particular ratio of life in our soil, and we often drive our own ecosystem towards a risk state and wonder why. Which again comes back to the previous thing about the less on is not to be a moron. Because sometimes if we don't know, we imbalance it accidentally, right? So So, for example, if you apply excess herbicide, you introduce a highly oxidizing product. Knowing pore bricks, I don't know what that means. We can see how mineral availability is impacted by pH as an example. So we can see that not only does removing organic matter remove sorption sites for, I think molybdenum, Mn, I think it's molybdenum, or maybe it's magnesium ions. I think magnesium's Mg, but molybdenum ions, and the excess oxidization prevents the remaining Mn from gaining a bioavailable state. And so our plants can't hydrolyze water, get stressed, consume proteins in panic trying to locate usable Mn. This stress attracts insects. Microbes present in the gut get passed to the plant, and the lack of Mn and oxidative stress or oxidative state means these microbes switch to pathogenic risk. Healthy plants have the mineral balance, don't attract basic insects like aphids. If you have aphids on your plants and your plants are very unhealthy. So if you have aphids, your plants are very unhealthy. Aphids are among the most basic of creatures, requiring extremely low bricks to feed without dying. Raise the bricks by improving microbial communities and fixing the access to all the minerals needed for healthy life. So it's one of the ways to get rid of aphids is make your plant healthy. Manganese. Okay, thank you. We got a chemist in the house. Solar Gourmet. Mn is manganese. I got to learn my periodic table better. Yeah, thank you. We got a couple chemists out here. You guys, awesome. Clearly, I failed chemistry. I mean, actually, I took it in high school. It's been a long time. Temporary mineral application may also be needed to improve beneficial microbial communities through the process of kickstarting the life. I always think we exist in a quantum state, but our mineral electrolyte ratios keep us in a state of protected harmony. Where we lose mineral balance, we swing into pre-existing world previously passing us by unseen. More often, these can result in a negative outcome for us or our plants. Okay, so that's super helpful. I just love the insightfulness of these comments. It's just like, that's why I wanted to read it for you guys. I hope you're finding value in it. Going a little bit into overtime here. I see also ChatGPT makes no mention of why aphids carry pathogenic microbes and others in the same community don't. ChatGPT has a long way to go. Come on, ChatGPT. Yeah, okay. No one wants to go back to the beginning. Here they cut down all the almonds for Xylophastodysa, a prolific plant pathogen with about 500 known commercial crops and many, many more wild ones besides. So they're going and cutting down the crops to like solve a pathogen versus bringing it to health. It's like saying you're sick. Oh, we'll just shoot you. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oliver Husson defines this microbe occurs as a consequence of a loss of manganese. So she did say manganese. Thank you guys. You guys are right, at least. I mean, there's a consensus here. There's a consensus. Mn stands for manganese. But follow the money. Through a state of increasing unchecked oxidization. Okay. So sorry, I made a few jokes in the middle of that, but let me just start over. Oliver Husson defines this microbe occurs as a consequence of a loss of manganese through a state of increased unchecked oxidization. So the manganese is going away because the oxidization is just going rampant. The pH is not much past neutral when you plot the factors of redox EH, which anyone know what EH is? I'm just going to say it's over pH in a graph, so that if we add sources of reduced manganese, we can stop, and kill not only this pathogen, but canker and more besides and thus we don't need to cut down any more trees. So you just need to fix the manganese deficiency through this other process, and you're gonna get rid of these things. So that's again why spraying, Korean natural farming, all these things are out there. Redox EH. Cam 2, can you say that? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there, but redox is oxidation or the gain of or release of energy. Okay. A process that itself probably helps spread spores anyway and ensures the transit to the next location. So if you're cutting down the trees, you're spreading spores. We simply need to use foliar spraying equipment and fix the problems that cause or plants to struggle to access minerals. Right. It's a mineral imbalance, right? So seawater, bring in the KNF minerals, make plant juices from living plants and spray those with fish amino acids, all, like the fuel, the medicine, the structure, the cleanser. We got all these tools. That's why the plants recover, and that's why Korean natural farming works, by the way. To think these people try to convince me to take an untested drug while they tell me stories about how they went to the moon. Woo! For the win. I gotta change how I put this on YouTube. Anyway, it's gonna give me a little box underneath that's gonna say, "We went to the moon. Believe us." It says on Wikipedia. The more I see how they respond to real world problems, the more I know I'm wasting my time hoping they will provide sensible guidance. God bless all the natural farmers. So, knowing this all together, thank you, Partita. You are a gem amongst gems. I really, seeing this, and it stretches my science to the max of like learning about these. It's like I know Korean natural farming works, but I don't know the why. And understanding the redox and these manganese and the oxygen and all this stuff. And then Cam 2 dropping this knowledge right now where it's saying redox is oxidization, the gaining or releasing of energy. Redox and EH are the same thing. Cool. Thank you. That's a good clarification for me. pH and EH, so the acidity of things and the that oxidization work together, creating a swing of accessibility in complete mineral lockout or accessibility. So, I think there's, the plant chemistry, like I didn't go to school for plant chemistry and understanding this, but that if you understand this, or if you're practical like Big Wes and used to be a welder, then you understand how all these metals work together and different things and all these things work together. So, knowing this, can really help us. But I just wanted to drop that comment in there. And then right before I sign off, I got one last thing, and that is, let's just go here and just say, if you want to come, you want to learn these solutions. Not to say I have all the science and all the answers, but I can teach you how to make the solutions as best as I can. In fact, I think I only have one more. Someone was going to sign up and then didn't. And so I think there's only one more left. So if you want a cabin, there's only one more left for November. So, and somebody said they emailed me to say they were going to sign up, but then I don't think they did yet. So if you're thinking about it, drop it like it's hot, man. Get in there. Because looking forward to seeing you at the one here. And then if there's always more space in January as well. January's pretty open still. But November's almost sold out. So I always have more spots. You can stay at some other place. But if you want to stay on the farm, it's almost sold out. So you want to get in, want to get on the training, KNF Farm, stay at those beautiful places you saw in my earlier video where I was chasing my cow. Not chasing her. But just remember, man, difficulty at the beginning. Keep charging. You'll get through it. And it's all good. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. It's really been amazing going on this journey with you and learning more KNF myself, getting, big brain stuff, putting it into action and seeing you guys out there sharing those photos of putting it into action, seeing it happen, solving real life problems. What could be better? That's what we need to do. So I encourage you, vote with your action and just put it into practice. Really, it's more important than voting is what you do each day. And so thank you. Keep it real. Thanks, Sal. All these guys coming in from all over the world. And check out Oliver Husson, apparently. So cool. All right, I'm gonna peace out before I get further down the rabbit hole. Go. Where's that stream finished over here? Okay. Ready? I'm gonna drop this curtain. You ready? Okay. Bye now.